We're with Fremantle's pick 8 in the NAB AFL rookie draft. Karl Worner, the hard-working running wingman from the Oakley Chargers. Karl, welcome to Freo. How are you feeling?
Oh, I'm absolutely pumped right now, Brett. Words, I know it sounds pretty cliche, but words can't describe this moment. I think it's everything that I've worked for. I've gone through a lot with my family, and to get to this point, I'm just absolutely stoked to be picked up and given an opportunity at the Fremantle Dockers.
Talk to us about where you are. Looks like you're home right now. Were you following the draft? Were you surrounded by some family and friends?
Yeah. So it's been a pretty whirlwind 24 hours. I've been sitting just with my family members for the first two nights. Obviously, the first night probably was not going to be a possibility there. So just been sitting with my family, and today I sort of got a little indication that it might happen. So I was just sitting with my family around in the living room, and it just sort of happened. And the rest is history. We've been going nuts ever since. So yeah, it's absolutely pumped at the moment.
I was going to ask, how was everyone's reaction? I'm sure they were super proud of you.
Oh, they're really proud, and I think my family especially, they know how much work that I've put into this, and especially with COVID and a lot of these events happening, it hasn't been an ideal situation for me and a lot of others. So look, I'm just absolutely pumped to be where I am now, and so is my family. And there's going to be a few celebrations tonight. I know some of my cousins have already driven over, and I think we're all just really excited, and because we all rode the bumps together, the highs and lows, and we're just really happy to be where we are.
Along those bumps, this is your second draft that you've sat through. It must have been a bit nerve-wracking to have to wait until today to hear that name get called out.
Yeah, certainly. I think last year I knew that it wasn't going to happen. So I set all my eyes and my goals to the 2021 draft, and it sort of got to last night, and I sort of felt like that little hope had gone, and I was pretty upset, and it was a little bit disappointing last night, but to wait that extra day, it's all worth it now. I mean, it's what a 24 hours it's been. It's been pretty crazy, but put that all aside now. I'm just absolutely pumped.
So over those last 12 months, what have you put a focus on? What have you been working on to make sure that your name would be on an AFL list in season 2022?
Just getting lots of feedback. I know from a few clubs and a few people that are close to me and mentors. I've been really receiving a lot of feedback because with me, I was always battling footy and cricket my whole life, and at some point I had to make that decision. And once I made that decision, I sought as many mentors as I could, and I really looked towards that 2020 draft, and that didn't work out. So I set my eyes again for the 2021 draft, and all those things I was told that I need to improve, or where if I need to make my strengths even better, that's what I did. And I've just, it's been a bit of a grind, and especially with COVID, there's been a lot of downs, but it's all aside now. So yeah.
I've been left impressed with your highlights reel. Can you describe yourself on field for the Freo fans who are probably also watching your highlights reel for the first time today as well? What kind of player are you, and what can the Freo fans expect?
Well, just a dedicated, hardworking wingman. Really, this is my first time this year that I've ever played wing. My whole life, I've sort of played on the ball, and through my school football, I played on the halfback flank. So through my whole life, I've always sort of been that intercept marking defender, and that's been one of my greatest strengths and my ball use. So making that transition to the wing, I got myself fitter, and I've really embraced that role, getting up and down the ground, trying to help out the team defensively and impact the scoreboard as well. So just, a wingman that works really hard and, tries to get the best for his team.
You're, of course, over in Victoria, so it's going to be a little bit tricky to get you over here to WA. It means you might have to train by yourself at home potentially for a little while. Are you up for that challenge?
We're very familiar to that in Victoria. I mean, however many months we spent in lockdown last year and this year, I did a lot of training by myself, and I know with the border restrictions at the moment, it could be quite difficult, but look, I'm fine with training on my own. I know I'm going to work hard, and I can't wait to get over to Perth and meet all the boys.
What do you know about Freo? What excites you about joining the boys? Is there any particular players that you're pretty pumped to be training alongside?
Oh, I think pretty much the whole team, really. I've watched a lot of Freo this year. I think they've got such a promising list, and I know they've drafted a lot of local boys this year and last night and the night before. So I think there's just going to be a really good culture going on there, and I know that they showed a lot of promise this year. So I think under Jocelyn Longmuir and all the other coaches, I know there's a couple of great leaders, and David Mundy, and there's so many young stars in the competition that play at Freo.
Do you know any players personally from your junior travels?
Oh, I played with and against a couple, but not overly. I know Caleb Sarong was a Geelong Grammar boy, so I played against him when I was at Carey, but I'm not sure if he knows who I am. But I look forward to crossing paths. But apart from that, don't really know too many of the other boys.
And so the prospect of you moving over here to Perth, have you been here before? How do you feel about the move over?
Yeah, it's something that I've discussed with my family, and we're all pretty fine with that. My granddad, he was a WA boy, born and bred, and so I've been over there quite a few times. I've got some family over there, and yeah, at first it would be pretty hard to say, bye to my family and all that, because we're all pretty close. But we're all here on my football journey, and I can't wait to get over to Perth and join everyone there.
There's a need for speed here at Freo. That's an exciting prospect for you and a good challenge to potentially make an impact in that area.
Oh yeah, for certain. I've always sort of based my football off a quick brand, getting the ball moving. So that's something that I'll definitely embrace as soon as I get there and learn off a lot of the players.
And have there been one or two or some of the biggest influences on your playing career so far?
Yeah, I mean, I've had a couple mentors, and I think my family have been my biggest mentors for me. Like my dad's he loves his footy as well, and mum's from Sweden, so she doesn't know too much about the footy side, but it was really good leaning onto them too, and through those pretty hard times that I went through with COVID and everything. They were the people that I always went to, and they were so good at guiding me and what direction I need to go in through. Sometimes that direction and that hope could be lost, but they're always the people I could rely on to get me back on track.
As you mentioned, your mum's from Sweden. How does she find sitting on the sidelines watching you out there getting in the contest?
Yeah, well, it's sort of hard to explain, but she knows like the basics of the rules, but behind the whole draft thing and some of these the intricacies of the game, she just doesn't understand. So she's from pretty far north Sweden, and she's never heard of or seen anything of AFL in her life. So when she's seeing all these crashing bodies going around, she gets a little bit nervous. But she knows that that's the game. And my dad and myself, and we're pretty mad football. So she knows that we love it. So she loves it as well.
Well, we hopefully can't wait to have her and your dad over at Optus Stadium in the Sea of Purple in the crowd watching you hopefully soon. Lastly, Karl, do you have a message for the Freo fans who I'm sure are very excited to have you over here?
Yeah, I'm just my message to them is that I can't wait to get stuck into it with all the boys. I think Fremantle have such a promising list, and everything is so exciting over at Optus Stadium at the moment. So I can't wait to get over there and work hard and train with everyone and meet all the new draftees as well. So absolutely pumped to be part of Freo and the Sea of Purple.